13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
It's another nice and quiet and cool morning to what will be another very warm day, but we have a couple of pattern changes around the corner. I'll have those details coming up.
Plus, the Central Georgia mayor's race might now be down just to one name on the ballot. What happened to the other candidate in the race? And the sentencing portion of Donnie Rowe's trial could be ending soon. Who testified yesterday and when jury deliberations will continue? Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everyone. You are halfway through the week. It is now 6:30 on this September 29th. I'm Caitlin Heck. Let's head on over to Courtney. She has a look at your forecast. It feels great out there this morning, Courtney.
That's right. Yeah, it's nice and cool out there for the start of your Wednesday. If you enjoyed yesterday morning, you'll like to walk out the door too today just as much. It's very similar. 61 right now in the city of Macon. You're looking live, of course, on top of Atrium Health Navison. A quiet morning there in downtown. 59 for a dew point, so not half bad. Not super crisp. It's not maybe as fall-like as some of us would enjoy, but it's also not super sticky out there. We will take it. 62 in Warner Robins, 61 in Cochrane. We're at 58 in Gordon, 60 in Butler, and 63 in Montezuma, 58 in Forsyth. Quiet on live radar, and that's how we're going to stay all day long today. It's going to pretty much be a copy and paste of the forecast from yesterday as we go through the day today. We'll maybe just be a degree or two warmer. Temperatures by lunchtime will be in the low 80s. We'll still stay in the 60s up until about 9 o'clock this morning, and we'll top out in the mid to upper 80s. But we do have two cold fronts on the way as we go through the next 7 days. I'll let you know what that will do to our forecast. That's all in my full forecast in a few minutes.
Thank you, Courtney. Right now, we are working to learn more about what caused a fire in Macon. It started at a vacant home at 585 Jenkins Street about an hour or so ago. No one was inside. Crews have put out the fire, but they're still working on some hot spots. We've learned an arson investigators headed to the scene to look into what may have started the fire. If you're in that area, Jenkins Street's blocked by hoses and fire crews. There are a few fire trucks along 2nd Street as well, but one lane is still open there. Fort Valley's mayor's race could be decided before voters even line up at the polls. Jeffrey Lundy was set to run against City Councilman Lamario Brown on the November 2nd ballot. But after concerned voters challenged Lundy's residency, the city called for a hearing. They determined Lundy was not qualified as a candidate. The city says voters filed a challenge August 29th. It claimed Lundy did not meet the 12-month residency requirement as laid out in the Fort Valley Charter. Atlanta lawyer Gordon Joyner represented the 4 voters who filed the challenge. He says there was more than 20 pieces of evidence used in that hearing proving Lundy was not a Fort Valley resident, one of them being his driver's license.
That he changed the address, the residence address on his driver's license from his residence of decades outside of the city of Fort Valley in Peach County. He changed it to an address in Fort Valley on August the 18th, 2021, which was the day that he qualified to run for mayor.
According to Lundy's Facebook post, he says he plans to appeal the decision. We reached out to both Lundy and his attorney yesterday for a response, but have not heard back. If Lundy's not eligible to run, Councilman Lamario Brown would run unopposed on the November ballot. And taking a closer look at some election news, the Georgia Commission's considering changing how elected officials and candidates running for office can use their campaign money. And they say it's all in the name of safety. The Georgia Government Transparency and Campaign Finance Commission may soon allow officials and candidates to use campaign funds to rent home security systems. The Democratic Party of Georgia is pushing for the change as elected leaders and candidates have more frequently become targets for protests. Now to 2 other headlines from across the state. The suspect in the Atlanta area spa shootings now pleading not guilty to shooting 4 people at 2 spas in the city. Robert Aaron Long appeared in Fulton County Superior Court yesterday to face charges including murder and domestic terrorism. Long's already sentenced to life in prison. It comes after he pleaded guilty in July to 4 counts of murder and other charges in the shooting deaths of people at a Cherokee County spa. And police say they shot a man suspected of using a bow and arrow to carjack a woman in Atlanta. The shooting happened after the man crashed the stolen car and allegedly pointed the weapon at police. The carjacking happened yesterday morning. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the 29-year-old man had just tried to carjack someone else. Just before 8 a.m. yesterday, a Cobb County police officer responded to a crash. The GBI says the carjacking suspect got out of the car with the bow and arrow and pointed it at the officer. A Marietta police officer was also on scene. The GBI says one of them fired at the suspect. According to our station in Atlanta, it came after he did not comply with commands to drop the weapon. The man went to the hospital. The GBI is investigating. Well, the sentencing part of Donnie Rowe's trial could end soon as it's now in the deliberation phase. Jurors are set to continue that this morning after deliberating for more than 4 hours yesterday. They're weighing whether or not Rowe should get the death penalty. A jury found Rowe guilty of killing 2 Georgia corrections officers aboard a prison bus in Putnam County in 2017. The defense continued calling witnesses yesterday, including Rowe's children and another one of his cousins. In total, jurors have listened to 17 defense and 40 prosecution witnesses. Right now, a man is dead after a car accident on State Route 112 in Wilcox County. It happened early yesterday morning. Georgia State Patrol says the vehicle was going south on the highway. They say the driver was going too fast, causing them to lose control and go off the road. The vehicle hit a ditch and overturned. The impact ejected both the driver and 24-year-old passenger Ardante Brandon Reed. He died. GSP did not identify the driver or their possible injuries. And it's been over 2 weeks since a double homicide in Twiggs County. On September 11th, couple Fred and Peggy White were found dead on property near their home. Earlier that day, deputies got a report that someone had burglarized the couple's home. Well, now a woman is finding a way to remember the couple. Tina Floyd began making white mailbox bows to honor them. She says she heard about them being really good people and she couldn't imagine what their family's going through.
Doing this shows that Twiggs County, even though it's a small county, that that we can come together, and I think, with the Whites tragedy, and then they're asking me to make white bows, to symbolize, the Whites, their last name, but also, to me, I think it's for peace. I mean, white stands for peace.
Now, Floyd gave the family 8 bows as a gift. Well, happening today, you have a chance to help the Red Cross try to overcome their current blood shortage. As of Monday, the Georgia chapter says the National Red Cross blood inventory is the lowest it's been at this time of year since 2015. They're urging donors of all blood types, especially type O, to make an appointment to give. There are 2 options in Bibb County. You can head to Mercy University's Penfield Hall from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The American Red Cross of Central Georgia will also host a site from 11 until 4. You do need an appointment. You can schedule those online through the Red Cross or by calling them. If you donate this month, you could get a limited edition football-inspired t-shirt and a coupon for a free haircut from Sport Clips. And it's almost time for the Centerville community to welcome their new fire station after about a year of construction. The city says the fire department will hold a grand opening ceremony tomorrow afternoon. It is open to the public and you can even tour the facility. We previously told you about the spot back in July, with the space offering thousands more square feet and an extra floor compared to what Centerville was using. The city says the old station is under 7,000 square feet. The new one, about 17,000. The department started moving into the station last month. You can find it at 500 Houston Lake Boulevard. Well, the time is now 6:38. I just got a sneak peek at this cute little pup behind you, and I could not stop looking at how adorable that is.
Do you see the blue mohawk? Can you
I
see
do.
that? How great is this dog? I think Colby would be so angry at me if I did that to his hair. He would never sit still for that.
Yeah, Coco wouldn't sit still long enough.
No. Coco did have a tiara in her hair not too long ago, though.
Her groomer knows she's a diva.
Oh, yes. We need that picture so I can put it on here because it is fantastic. Just like this. Oh, my goodness. I love this so much. This is Charlie. This photo is from Brandy Mangino. I love this picture. I can't get enough of it. If you are getting ready to head out the door this morning before work to give the dog a walk, well, it's a little cool out there this morning. Nice and quiet start to the day, though. You'll look up and you'll see lots of stars because high pressure is in control, although I believe you're probably going to start to see a nice little glow in the sky as the sun gets ready to rise this morning. Overall, a beautiful start to the day. Happy Wednesday, everyone. We do have a pattern change that will be on the way fairly soon, though, and that is thanks to a front that is still to our north. So you're probably looking at this and saying, this looks very similar to yesterday. Yes, it does, because at the surface, everything still looks exactly the same, but that will change tomorrow. And because our pattern is still the same this morning, we're waking up to very similar temperatures. We're generally in the upper 50s and low 60s, 58 in Forsyth and in Gordon. We're at 62 in Warner Robins. 61 in Macon and in Cochrane, 59 in Dublin, and 61 in Unadilla, 63 if you're waking up with us in Montezuma. Overall, a chilly morning out there. Light jacket, probably not a bad idea. But we will warm very quickly today. By noon, we'll be in the low 80s, and we'll top out in the mid to upper 80s today. Now, When it comes to the humidity, it's not going to be super dry, very much like yesterday. It's going to be just enough, the moisture in the air will be just enough to be noticeable for the afternoon. So upper 80s are going to feel, unfortunately, a little closer to 90. Now today is National Coffee Day, so we couldn't get by without doing the coffee cast. Get it iced for the afternoon for that midday pick-me-up because clearly it's going to be a warm day. But for the morning, probably a good idea to have a nice hot cup of coffee to get you up and going as you head out the door on this chilly start to the day. As we head through the afternoon, again, upper 80s today, same goes for tomorrow, but notice that gradual cooling trend as we head into the weekend. Now, of course, it's not going to be cool, but our temperatures will go back near average as we head into Saturday and Sunday. Now, that's going to be thanks to that front that's currently stalled to our north. Not going to bring us any rain. All it's going to do is bring us maybe just a slight breeze for tomorrow. High pressure will immediately follow behind, so that is going to prevent any kind of moisture from creeping in out ahead of it. And since we have high pressure in control, there's really no moisture for that front to work with even for today out ahead of it. As we head into the weekend, we'll start to have a little bit of a different story. First, high pressure pushes off the coast. What's that going to do? Bring in an onshore flow for us. So we'll have wind pull in off the Atlantic Ocean and increase our moisture a little bit, so that humidity, and that will allow for maybe a stray shower on Sunday. Notice though, just behind me, another cold front will be quickly approaching. We're in a very fall-like pattern now, so we'll start to have these cold fronts move through a little bit more frequently. Monday evening, that's when we're going to start to pick up our coverage of rain. Now I know this looks like it's going to be a washout Monday night. It's a little too far out, so the resolution isn't great when it comes to Monday's rain chance. We'll keep it at a 40% coverage. Tuesday, rain will be likely along that front for the morning and the afternoon. Now behind that, some lower humidity, cooler temperatures, and what's after Wednesday? The start of the fair, so maybe we'll have some fall-like weather for the kickoff of the fair. In the meantime, very warm and dry, upper 80s as we go through the rest of this week. We'll be back in the mid-80s through the weekend, and then we'll start to pick up rain chances along that front come the start of next week.
Thank you, Courtney. And coming up right after the break on 13 WMAZ Morning.
From reading and English to social studies, we're about to surprise a teacher that covers all the subjects. My Teacher is Tops is coming up next.